The Chargers beat the Lions 33-28 to open the season on Sunday, and on Monday we heard from head coach Mike McCoy and several players. Here are 3 things you need to know. Right guard DJ Fluker was carted off the field Sunday. He seemed to suffer some type of ankle injury, left Qualcomm Stadium in a walking boot and on crutches. And on Monday, it was reported that he did indeed suffer a high ankle sprain. He'd be out at least 4 to 6 weeks. Now, these were media reports, and head coach Mike McCoy would not confirm them. Shocker. But I would say it's safe to go with that. Now, this is a big blow to the offensive line, which is a new line and is just starting to gel and get some chemistry. It's also a big blow to DJ Fluker, and I wanted to tell you a quick note about Fluker, because I think this is important. Fluker, I talked to him on Friday, and he was very refreshingly honest about that move from tackle to guard. It happened, remember, about the second week of training camp. Fluker said he hated it. He hated it because he just couldn't get up to speed fast enough. He just didn't have a lot of time before the season to really grasp that position, and he was trying very hard to learn quickly, and he was getting down on himself when he couldn't learn as fast as he wanted to. He was mostly just afraid that he was going to let down the team. He just didn't want to be the weak link in that line. So he told me that this is what he did. He got together tape of all the practices where he did well and all the plays that he made well at that guard position. He used preseason games as well. And he strung those together, and he would go home and he would watch them at night. He would just watch over and over those plays just to tell himself, look, I can do it. Look at those plays. I made those plays. I can do this. I can do this. If I just keep working at it, I can do it. Tells you a lot about his character. It was a visualization technique for him just to remind himself, I got this. It'll take a little time, but I just got to stick with it. I'm going to buy in. And that's what he did. He also told me that he would work at his kitchen table. He'd sit on the chair. He'd work on his footwork every night. And he also started running laps. Now, this is not something that anyone made him do. None of the coaches asked him to do it, but he wanted to improve his stamina. So after practice, and remember, training camp practices are the pits. It is so hot outside. They're working so hard. You got nothing left at the end of practice. But he would still go out there and he would run every day. And the whole reason why is because he wanted to make sure he was available and at his best for the full 60 minutes. I bring all this up to say, this is the kind of guy DJ Fluker is. He wants to help this team. It's tough to see a guy who worked that hard go down. Hopefully, it's not too long after those 4 to 6 weeks that he can come back. But it does leave the question, what happens now? Well, I'm glad you asked that question. What does happen on this offensive line that was just beginning to gel and get some chemistry? Well, there's a few options. Chris Watt possibly slide to right guard, Trevor Robinson slot in as center, and they play from there. That would leave Chris Hairston as an available reserve. Now remember, Chris Hairston can play all the positions on the line. You kind of might want him as a reserve because someone else is probably going to go down. Who are you going to stick in then? Hairston would be maybe a valuable backup, maybe more valuable than if you put him in that guard spot. But Chris Watt, this is his first year at center, so maybe you do leave him at center and you just have Hairston play guard and you just hope for the best. I'm sure there's another option beyond that. If I'm Tom Telesco, I'm sure I'm thinking about that, but those are 2 right there that might be winners. We got to see more of running back Melvin Gordon against the Lions. He had 35 offensive snaps, 14 carries for 51 yards, 16 receiving yards. And what really stood out about Gordon was his ability to break tackles. The guy isn't going down without a fight. He had like 2 or 3 spin moves in the same play. He said after the game that his mindset is, you never know when you're going to get out of something. You never know when you're going to come out of it. So you got to keep pushing through it. You can't let them take you down on the first tackle. You can't let them take you down on the second tackle. They got to gang tackle you if they're going to take you down. I thought that was very profound. You never know when you're going to come out of something in life. You never know when you're going to come out of the struggle. So you keep moving, you keep going, you keep grinding. All right, that was my PSA. Gordon also had 1 fumble in Sunday's game. On Monday, head coach Mike McCoy said that he told Gordon, don't let it happen again. You only get 1 fumble for the year. You got your 1 fumble against the Lions. You don't get any more for the rest of the season. Now, I think McCoy was kind of joking, like he was just kind of trying to tell a joke, but since he doesn't really joke, like it doesn't translate as a joke because he's kind of so monotone, it was like, you get 1 fumble for the year and that's it. 1 fumble, you don't get any more for the rest of the year. I don't think McCoy means he's going to get benched. I think he was trying to tell a funny, we'll see. We'll see if he fumbles again, which we hope he doesn't do. This whole subject has just gotten way out of hand. No more fumbles for you. No more fumbles for you. From Mighty1090.com, I'm Annie Heilbrunn.